Seth Rollins is getting a new theme. We have an update on that and his faction on Raw, plus the latest on Goldberg versus Gunther possibly being a thing. And could WWE be about to sell the bathwater of Blake Monroe? It's all in the Cultaholic Wrestling news right now. Now, Def Rebel gets a little bit of a kick in. Def Rebel, more like Def Rebel, am I right? One thing they defo got right was Seth Rollins.
Yes, I agree. I completely agree. There's a few of them. Io Sky's theme comes to mind as well,
true.
which is a banger. But they are few and far between.
They certainly are. But according to Corey Haynes at bodyslam.net, that Def Rebel banger could be on the way out. WWE currently working with an unknown mainstream artist to create a new theme for Seth Rollins. So his current one is The Vision, which was a sort of tweaked version of Visionary from a years before. So really, he's kind of had this sound to him for the last 5 years, which is a long time in the modern era.
It's a long time, but you can't help it when it's got the perfect sort of placement of the chants in there as well. That's become a big thing, not only for his theme, but I feel like for his character as well.
It feels like it fits it really well. Now, we've heard some rumblings of mainstream artists keen to work with WWE and vice versa. Metro Boomin in there. Fred Durst off of Limp Bizkit. You see those lovely flowery trousers he was wearing on stage the other day?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, he was telling us to break something whilst wearing gorgeous flowery trousers. There was some talk because Fred wanted to make a theme song for Bron Breakker.
Yep.
Could maybe lean into that. I think he just wants to get back in the video games like back in the day.
It's right there, Tom, on the paper. Why doesn't he just do Seth Rollins, I'm Bron Breakker, and Bronson Reed as well.
I'm Bron Breakker and Bronson
Reed too.
And I'm here too. Not just that, but the gang of people that Andrew mentioned there, in the Fred Durst style, Seth Rollins, Bron Breakker, Bronson Reed and Paul Heyman. That faction expected to get a name soon, according to bodyslam.net.
Very nice. Do you know what? I'm excited. We've heard rumblings for a little while at this point about potentially mainstream artists working with WWE superstars to create theme songs and stuff. And I think not only does it take us back to a time where that used to happen, again with Limp Bizkit and Undertaker for an example and stuff as well. But I think it's a good way for WWE, who's definitely trying to break through into other sort of areas, and obviously we've seen it with Bad Bunny before as well, but trying to connect to different audiences through music, I think is a good thing, because then that just brings another demographic of people that might not necessarily be familiar with the product into the world of wrestling anyway.
Really makes sense to do it that way, and I think it's something we're going to see more of in this administration, and certainly maybe the name of the faction, which is another part of the report from bodyslam.net's Corey Hayes. Maybe the clue is in the name. Obviously, Seth's theme song was called The Vision. Maybe we call the faction The Vision.
Vision Express.
Let's call them Vision Express.
Go on.
I don't see that being an issue.
No, definitely. Well, they've got enough money to be able to fix that, don't they? It's fine. Seth's got them funny glasses.
Can we name more wrestling factions after somewhat defunct high street brands?
Woolworths.
Woolworths. So, you get a faction of meaty boys called Woolworths.
Yeah.
I want a faction of cruiserweights called Tandy. And or maybe Xavier Woods and his kids, all in a faction, Little Woods.
Oh, that's a good one. That was straight off the cuff there as well. That's really good.
I reckon maybe a faction of wrestling fans with who are led by one particular wrestler. Could you call it Marks and Spencer?
Very good.
They're not defunct, obviously. They're still doing fine.
Yes.
Potentially. Vision Express. Please call it Vision Express. That would be wonderful. Get us an update on Goldberg and Gunther, Andrew.
Yes, so the plans for a Goldberg versus Gunther showdown could come a little bit of a step closer in the next few days. Bodyslam.net are reporting that Goldberg is tentatively set to appear on this week's episode of Raw. Goldberg's last WWE appearance was at a showdown at Bad Blood with then world champion Gunther, who is now world champion once again. He lost and regained that title on Monday, and it looks as though we may build to a big old meaty showdown between the two, which feels like, again, it's been on the cards for a little while.
Yeah, I think if Goldberg's coming back, especially now that Gunther's just become the world champion, the timing of this seems really interesting.
Yes, and for something like SummerSlam as well that's coming up, seems like a big money match there.
Or a little cheeky show in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, how could I forget that one?
First challenge for Gunther's new world title reign is Gunther Goldberg in Saudi Arabia.
Could
be. But we'll see whether Goldberg does indeed become part of plans for Raw, as they say on Body Slam. Goldberg tentatively penciled in to be part of Raw this coming Monday. I don't see, if he's doing anything, I think he's squaring up.
I think so.
Up to Gunther.
I mean, there's something that obviously, as mentioned there, with the Bad Blood stuff, it felt like that's where we were going, and then there's been a bit of a hold on those plans, I guess. But I mean, some people will really like that. Nothing that I'm too fussed about, but if it's like a quick old match, I've got nothing to complain about there.
Last few months, we're getting a few updates about Goldberg getting back into the ring. He's been him and his training camp. There's been some injury concerns, but otherwise he's been getting back into shape for a retirement match. Initially, there was some conversation it might be something he does independently, but I'm pretty sure he's going to do it under the banner of WWE.
I think so too.
I think they would be foolish to let just Goldberg have his match and someone else make the money.
Yeah, it feels like it's. I mean, he's said before that that's what realistically he would have liked anyway.
He would, yeah.
So yeah.
Would you like a drama series based on the world of wrestling, Andrew?
Oh, I love me a drama series based on the world of wrestling. In fact, Tom, I've actually watched none of them, but I would like to. I would very much like to, because I've heard good things about shows such as Heels. Anyway, would you like to tell the people about this one?
I would love to tell you about Tuesday Night Titans, which is in the early stages of being developed for Netflix. Set in the spectacle-driven world of professional wrestling, Tuesday Night Titans follows a tenacious writer who risks his career in the big leagues to recruit her estranged childhood best friend, a jobber wrestler on the indies, the lowest of the low, to join the same behemoth company they idolized in their youth. The destinies become entangled as they battle personal demons, ruthless colleagues, and their complicated history in an industry where kayfabe, wrestling's staged reality, isn't confined to the ring, but bleeds into every aspect of their lives. This is the setup for Tuesday Night Titans. Former WWE writer Michael Notorial. Michael, if you're listening and I pronounced your name wrong, please come and slap me in the mouth. Former WWE writer who is working alongside John M. Chu, who was the director of Crazy Rich Asians. It's called Tuesday Night Titans, but don't be confused. It is not going to be an 80s flavored talk show, which the original Tuesday Night Titans was under WWE. I believe that is just a name that they have agreed for Netflix to have for this series, which sounds like it's either going to be really good or a big bag of balls. Wrestling series do tend to go one or the other. In terms of the great, you had Heels, which I loved Heels. First two series of Heels. I know that CM Punk has recently said there's petitions to bring it back through. Now Netflix is sharing it on their platform.
I've heard nothing but good things about it. I've just not seen it myself, unfortunately.
I'd love to see something like that come out. There's been a few other great examples over the years of when wrestling dramas have been attempted and they haven't quite touched the sides. But we'll see what happens for Tuesday Night Titans. And finally, in the wrestling fans will genuinely buy anything department, this is a story that seemed to start as a joke, but Andrew, this could be a real thing that people could be parting money with soon.
Yes. How does Blake Monroe's bathwater sound to you, dear viewer at home?
Delicious.
Delicious. Twitter user Tyler Wrestle shared a fake post advertising Blake Monroe's bathwater with the caption, "Coming soon to WWE shop, Blake Monroe's bathwater bliss. This is a joke. I made it this morning." The joke is inspired, however, by a partnership with Sydney Sweeney and Dr. Squatch selling a soap merged with Sydney Sweeney's bathwater. Throwing more bathwater into the bath, though, Monroe responded to this by quote retweeting it, saying, "It's crazy because I asked WWE Shop just yesterday."
So we could potentially, what started as a joke could be something that actually is becoming a thing. Blake Monroe's bathwater. Of course, that first vignette that we see for the glamour, Blake Monroe, formerly Mariah May, is her lounging in the bath a bit like Sabrina Carpenter that time. And the idea that would spin off into soap fused with bathwater from Blake Monroe, I could certainly see some of you buying that.
Do you think that's something?
I could see you buying that.
Oh,
yeah.
you right there.
I'm looking at you. You put your shirt back on. You throw those cans away on the left side. You've had Monster Energy drink cans there for days. Clean your hands. Stop it. Think of your future.
What better way to clean them with Blake Monroe's bathwater?
Clean it with Blake Monroe's bathwater, then go out and maybe get some fresh air. Maybe go for a hike. I'm talking to you. You know who you are. Oh, dirty boy, naughty now.
Do you think they would do this? Do you think they would? You actually think WWE Shop would sell this?
Do I think that the multi-billion-dollar company that is literally writing the name of products onto destructible tables and ladders would find a reason to market something daft to wrestling fans for profit?
You make a good point.
Yes, I do.
A good point. Yes.
Why stop there? Why stop there? I mean, I'm sad that like this mentality wasn't around back in the day, because I'm pretty sure somebody would have sold biker Undertaker's pre-chewed chewing tobacco in little boxes.
Oh, Tommy Dreamer.
Tommy Dreamer
would love it.
He thought it was delicioso in 2002. Oh, that is a core memory that should have stayed unlocked. For the very latest wrestling news at any time, you can check out Cultaholic.com. Stay safe.
Love you, bye.